Looks, well, they can be deceiving. I'm Bob, and today we'll be discussing 11 of the cutest animals that will actually hurt you if you get too close. Number 11, the slow loris. Now imagine grabbing up this sweet little looking guy and don't you just want to squeeze him? Well, avoid your Elmira Duff instincts because you might want to grab it like it would be a fluffy cat, but you might die from anaphylactic shock instead. This could actually happen because the slow loris is often showed on the internet as raising up its arms as if it needs a hug, and you couldn't be more wrong. The slow loris carries a toxin released through a gland in its elbows, and when threatened, the animal will mix the toxin with its saliva and then bite you, and its particular concoction, well, that can cause anaphylactic shock. A fun fact, it is the only primate that has a toxic bite. But because they're adorable, the slow loris is popular in the illegal pet trade. However, you should beware, because there's a reason it's against the law in many places to own one. And that's because however cute it may be, it's not meant to be kept as a pet. Number 10, the cassowary. Now native to the rainforests of Australia and New Guinea, the cassowary resembles a brightly colored ostrich, but is arguably much more dangerous than one. Now you may not think that this is cute, or maybe you do, because cuteness like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But anyway, like most wild animals, it'll probably leave you alone as long as you leave it alone. Once the cassowary feels threatened, however, you should watch out, because you can expect a highly aggressive and territorial reaction from the flightless bird, which will attempt to disembowel you using its large claws. Its claws are so sharp, in fact, that New Guinea tribesmen use them as tips for their spears. And that's not all. According to the Smithsonian, the cassowary can leap more than 3 feet into the air and charge at 30 miles per hour. So if you see one coming at you, in other words, you better move out of the way pretty fast. Number 9, bears. Now you may think that I'm pointing out the obvious, but given the bear's legendary status as a beloved stuffed animal, they deserve a spot on my list. However, unlike most of the animals on my list, bears don't only attack when they feel threatened. In fact, the brown bear is known to be one of the species to hunt and kill humans on their own. While encounters with all large bear species, including the vegetarian giant panda, should be cautiously avoided, grizzlies and polar bears are considered to be the most aggressive and willing to attack humans. But their babies are so adorable. A few years ago, the Journal of Wildlife Management studied and documented 59 known black bear attacks on humans that occurred in the US and Canada between the years of 1900 and 2009. And contrary to popular belief, researchers determined that hungry males are the most likely to kill, not the mothers of young cubs. It probably goes without saying that when it comes to bears, you should keep your distance and stick to your plushy companion. Number 8, the giant anteater. The giant anteater sticks to feeding on ants and termites, and like many other animals, won't actively seek human targets. However, they're well equipped to defend themselves when they feel threatened. Not only does the giant anteater have an advantage because of its large size, it also has sharp and powerful claws, and only takes one swipe to do considerable damage. Now, when cornered, it'll fight back in a fierce manner, first by rearing up on its hind legs, and then by lashing out with its 4-inch claws. Believe it or not, the giant anteater have been known to fight off big cats like pumas and jaguars. Number 7, a wolverine. Now there's a reason that this little weasel was the inspiration for one of the toughest X-Men characters ever. At first glance, wolverines do seem pretty harmless, typically the size of a medium dog, so they don't seem very imposing. But they are aggressive, and they do possess powerful claws and jaws, being known to take down prey many times their size, like moose. Wolverines will also steal food from bears and wolves. They're quick, and they can run up to 24 kilometers per hour. PBS notes that wolverines are best known for their altitude, and it's not surprising. They won't back down from a fight, especially if it's over a meal. Number 6. The leopard seal. But first, if you're new here, be sure you're subscribed and you turn on the notification bell, because I'd love to bring you more great videos like this one in the future. Leopard seals are atop the food chain in their native territory of Antarctica. Although they usually target penguins, these bold, powerful, and curious creatures have also been known to hunt down humans. Scottish explorer Gareth Wood learned this the hard way in 1958 when a leopard seal bit him on the leg twice and then attempted to drag him into the ocean. In Antarctica in 2003, snorkeling biologist Kirsty Brown was killed when a leopard seal dragged her underwater. National Geographic does rank the leopard seal alongside killer whales as Antarctica's top predators. And according to Ian Boyd, the director of sea mammal research in Scotland, the leopard seal's increased exposure to humans in recent years may have something to do with them becoming a bigger danger. Number 5. The Gila monster. One of the few venomous lizards in the world, the Gila monster is native to the United States. The sluggish and chunky lizard has pink or orange spots and hardly looks threatening, but can deliver a painful bite when provoked or stepped on. When the Gila lizard does bite, it releases venom from its lower jaws, clinging for several seconds, sometimes even chewing on its victim to help spread the venom around. While the bite is very painful, it's rarely fatal, and to get a Gila lizard to release its grip, experts just recommend submerging it in water. Gila lizards tend to avoid contact with humans and other potential predators, so an encounter is usually unlikely. To scare predators away, they'll open their mouths wide and hiss really loud. If that ever happens, take it as a warning sign and put some space between you and itself. Number 4. Elephants. Now, generally speaking, elephants do live up to their reputation for being gentle giants. These fascinating creatures are known for being extremely intelligent and also for their ability to feel deep emotion. They even mourn for their dead. But elephants are no exception to the general rule that a wild animal will attack when it feels threatened, and the sheer size of them makes them dangerous. They also experienced seemingly unpredictable bouts of rage, meaning it's probably best to keep a safe distance at all times. In a documentary entitled Elephant Rage, National Geographic puts the annual number of elephant-related human deaths at about 500. According to Caitlin O'Connell Rodwell, a biologist at Stanford University, elephants are commonly shot at and harassed in compressed areas that are shared with people, which may explain their increased agitation and aggression toward humans in recent years. It's also not uncommon for mistreated elephants to kill their captors. Number 3. Big cats. Common sense will tell most of us that we should avoid wild cats, although it's no secret that they're some of the most beautiful and adorable members of the animal kingdom. However aggressive or big they may be, it's difficult to look at wild cats and not admire them for their beauty first and foremost. And most people know that contact with large cats like lions and tigers and cheetahs should always be avoided, but there are several mid-sized wild breeds that pose risks to human safety as well. Among them are pumas and panthers. Despite their smaller stature, they're considered to be just as dangerous as their larger counterparts. People also tend to forget that aggressive wildcats aren't only found in places like Africa and South America and Asia. North American pumas and mountain lions, for example, have been known to attack hikers and children in the United States. So, depending on where you live, it may just be wise to remain on the lookout for wild cats. Number 2. Raccoons. Now, raccoons usually do avoid contact with humans and aren't really known for being aggressive. However, they do commonly make their way into people's backyards and garbage in search of easy food. And as harmless as they may seem, it's important to stay away from them. And here's why. It's not uncommon for raccoons to carry diseases, the most dangerous which is rabies. While treatment for rabies is available, it will kill you or your pets if left untreated. A raccoon in the early stages of rabies is going to act disoriented and seem partially paralyzed, walking unsteadily. It will then begin to make unusual noises as the disease progresses. And in its most dangerous phase, the raccoon is near death, losing its hind legs and begins foaming at the mouth. Raccoons also carry roundworm, leptospirosis, and other diseases which can be passed on to both humans and household pets. Roundworm can be caught by eating or inhaling their feces. Why would you do that? And leptospirosis can be transmitted through urine, contaminating soil and water. Still though, raccoons are cute, but people should make it a point to keep them as far away as possible, because the animal's mere presence isn't the only threat to humans and their pets. What they leave behind may be dangerous. Number 1. Primates. Monkeys and apes are the animals who are most likely to spread disease to humans. Given their genetic similarity to us, even a small bite can pass on a dangerous illness like hepatitis C. Larger primates like orangutans and gorillas are also dangerous because of their tendency to maul whenever they feel threatened. Chimpanzees that are kept as pets are known for being aggressive toward their owners and for being far too strong for a human to overpower. In an interview with Scientific American, Frans de Waal, lead biologist of the Yerkes National Primate Research Center, put the chimp's brute strength into perspective by mentioning that even a pro wrestler would be unable to hold one still. That being said, you should probably stick to simply admiring their cuteness from a distance or in the presence of an experienced handler. Thanks for watching. Which of these animals did you think was the most surprising, and have you ever had an encounter with one of them? Let me know about it in the comments below. Be sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next time on World 5.